Welcome to the Guitar Resource Podcast, practice topics for the beginning and intermediate guitarist.
Hello, and welcome to this episode. In the past several episodes, we've talked about chords, and we've kind of labeled them, and we've talked about the 8 kind of basic open chords: E, A, D, G, C. So there we have the 5 major chords, and then the 3 open minor chords: E minor, A minor, and D minor. So now we'll talk a little bit about dominant chords, and there are quite a few of these that work out in open position. So this time we'll talk about the dominant chord, the B7. Okay, so how do we play this? Well, we place the first finger on the 4th string, 1st fret, 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, 2nd string open, and the 4th finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the note names. So from low to high, we have B, D sharp, A, B, and F sharp. And so you'll notice that we have more than 3 pitch names as we did before. That's because we have a major triad here, and we have a flat 7, what's known as a flat 7 in the chord. And so that gives us the B7. So B implies the major triad, where we have the B, D sharp, and the F sharp. And then we have the 7th, flat 7. So let's talk a little bit about solfege. So this chord resolves nicely to E, and it resolves nicely to the E minor. So it works very nice as a 5. It's a 5 chord. So 5 going to 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So when we spell out the scale names, we'll start with So. So we have Sol, La, that's on the 5th string. Ti, Do, Re, Mi, we're on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, and So. So, Fa, Mi, that's the 3rd string. Re, Do, Ti, that's 4th string. And La, and So. So if we try to spell this out in solfege in the key of E, then we have Sol, Ti, Fa, Sol, and Re. Okay, and so those are a lot of the tangents in the key area. So let's take a minute to talk about the note names themselves. So if we're in the key of E, we're starting on B. We have the B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, that's 4th string. And then we have the G sharp, the A, and the B. Okay. And this is also known as the Mixolydian mode, if you're starting it from B going to B. So back down, we have 3rd string, we have B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, and B. Okay, Now, with chords, oftentimes we like to think about the numbers, and so we think everything relative to this B, and we call the B the root rather than 1, and then everything else we assign a number to. So if we take that same scale and we number it, we have the root in the 2, it's on the 5th string, and then we have a 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, that's on the 4th string. And then the 3rd string, we have 6, flat 7, and then the root again. So that's root, flat 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and root. So you can think of root as 1, but just call it the root. And then we'll use numbers when we talk about the root notes, when we talk about the chord changes. So let's name the notes in this chord with the numbers. So we have from low to high on the 5th string, we have the root, the 3rd on the 4th string, flat 7, that's on the 3rd string, root again on the 2nd string, and then the 5th on the 1st string. So now we can talk about some things that we could try out. We could have the dominant, or we could have the 7 chord with the sus4, which is nice. So I just took the 3rd, raised it 1 fret, and so I have the 4 now. So if you remember, root, 2, 3, 4, and sus because we were removing the 3rd, suspending it, and so we have the root, 4, flat 7, root, and the 5th. So that's one thing we could try to do. So it'll work pretty well. We can also try the 9. So what I've done here is I've taken the 2nd string and raised it a whole step. So if we counted up root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root, 9, then I have a B9 chord, which is harmless. So those are a few things that you can try out. Among other things, but those are 2 to maybe start out with here. So remember, 5 chord, key of E or E minor. Okay, but you can find it in other areas in the key area as well. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And keep in mind, you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter and reach me at guitar-resource.com. Well, I hope you have a great practice week, and I hope you can maintain a steady practice.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Guitar Resource podcast. Be sure to rate and subscribe. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.